It's a very sad statistics that almost 12% females will get breast cancer in their lifetime. Your gut is not merely a tube. It is an active, intelligent immune organ.
When something goes wrong in your body, what's the first question, rather what first thought that comes to your mind? What's wrong with me? What if I tell you that's altogether a wrong thought that you are feeding your body? The better question would be, what's my body responding to? Today, we are going to talk about gut, not just digestion, bloating, or some discomfort in it. We are going to understand how gut is the most important immune organ of our body and what happens to us when we stop listening to it. Welcome back, Dr. Sodhi. This is the Disease Free Society podcast. I know we uncover, every week I say we uncover one hidden truth about better health. We understand the disease free bodies. Yeah, we understand the symptoms. We understand all those things that people, which we feel like it's normal. Today, it's gut. So most people, when we talk, rather think about gut, it's all about digestion, food, discomfort, bloating. Why should we think about it something differently?
You'll be surprised to know, Swati, that 70% of your immune system lives in your gut.
70%.
70% of
It's
the
a
immune
big
system
number.
is a big number. So almost everything which we're doing in our body, your gut is responsible for it. And I see so many patients, and when these patients come to me, when I ask them, are you going to bowel movement? They say, oh yeah, I'm going daily. When I palpate them, then check their tummy. Their tummy is full of poop. And it's because I can tell because we are actually trying
Trained.
to
I remember, I mean,
yeah.
40 years back when medicine was popping in, they used to touch your nerves,
Pulse,
your
yeah.
pulse and
Yeah,
stomach
yeah,
and everything,
yeah.
and they used to predict
Exactly.
the things.
Yeah, and see, like recently a patient came to me. He had an acute abdomen, means pain in the tummy, and he was in the emergency. They did the X-ray, CAT scan, and then sent back. They said nothing is wrong with you. I said, get me the results of the CAT scan. So his CAT scan showed his intestine is full of poop, so impacted. And the doctor said, yeah, you have a minor constipation. And so when we helped to remove that constipation, and his symptoms completely change. It's like you have so much storage in your intestine, and intestines are around 30 feet, by the way. So you can see 30 feet of poop stuck in you. That's what's causing the biggest problem there. And then this patient who brought this his father to me, he said, every time I come to you, you ask me always, how's your bowel movement? But nobody asked me this question at the emergency. So basically, we are not even trained
Because
to
you
ask the right question.
see the body differently. Your approach is different.
Yep.
You need to go to the root
Root
cause.
cause.
You're following that mechanism of treating the body.
Exactly.
Correct.
Your gut is not merely a tube. It is an active, intelligent immune organ. So this gut lining is very important because when it's healthy, it let your nutrient to be absorbed in the system. It becomes like a selective filter and don't allow the toxins, the bacteria, the viruses, which is not desired by the body, and keep them out. So that way it's protected. So, but most of us, we have inflammation in the gut, and your gut is not tight. They're called tight junctions, which keeps your gut tighter. They get looser, and one of the biggest reason for your junctions to be looser is glycophosphate. So what is glycophosphate? That's a Roundup. Every wheat berry we eat, every oat we eat, all the beans we eating have been sprayed with the glycophosphate. And when I do the testing in my patient, I find the levels are very high. Now you're 100%, you're getting a leaky gut. So this leaky gut, your body is now not understanding it, and it sends the food at a wrong place, and body attacks it, creating an autoimmune response. Your selective filter now is broken, and it is not going to help you.
And what causes that breakdown, sir?
So many things. I just talked about glycophosphate is one of the reasons. But look at our food chain. The processed food and all those things which we talked about, the antibiotics, the anti-inflammatory drugs, even though your
Steroids and everything.
steroids, yeah. These antibiotics and pesticide, insecticide, preservative will wipe out your normal gut bacteria. If you think that you own the body, you'll be surprised to know we have around 100 trillion cells in the whole body, give and take on different body type. We have 1,000 trillion bacteria in the gut only. So for one cell, we have 10 bacteria. Now this way, the toxins, all the endotoxins made by different bad bacteria, good bacteria, can start crossing the membrane and travels into your system. You'll be very surprised to know that diseases like Parkinson disease has a link to gut biome too. So the toxins which certain kind of bacteria make travels with the vagus nerve and reaches your brain and destroys that special element in your brain which makes your dopamine. So that's called substantia nigra, and it gets oxidized, and now you have a disease like Parkinson.
I think we only abuse our body very badly by eating all these processed foods, exposing them to toxins, medications, and that are not required.
Exactly.
The gut is teared, and then inflammation peaks in, and then I think the disease walks into our daily lives.
We are not designed to eat any processed food, by the way. The immune system in our gut sees all those foreign particles, foreign agents, and it says, okay, I need to protect it, and it causes inflammation. Inflammation, by the way, is a protective mechanism, but when it go uncontrolled, it causes diseases. So now you have an inflammation which is not controlled by your body's own mechanism, because inflammation and anti-inflammatory is like a seesaw. When that mechanism of balance, which is a very heart of Ayurvedic medicine, the balance is broken, now you start beginning of almost any disease, your arthritis, eczema, skin disease, Alzheimer, diabetes. The diseases are endless, but it all starts with that inflammation.
So, sir, something that started in our gut becomes brain fog, becomes fatigue, becomes stress, and our bodies react to that.
Yeah, even eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, all are attached to the gut. And like I do testing, gut biome testing, and we see what are the good bacteria, how your food is being digested, if you're making any inflammation, if you have leaky gut, if you have a parasites. Many times we don't know that we have parasites, and especially if you have animals at home, you have more chances of getting parasite because the animals also harbor these parasites. So now all of a sudden we have your gut is harboring so many wrong things, parasites, foreign particles, and now its body is reacting, and then body has to get rid of that toxin. Body has only 3 ways of getting rid of toxin. You poop it out, you urinate it, or skin. So when you're falling on skin, it's causing eczema, psoriasis, inflammation, reactivity. A lot of people say, oh, I go out in the sun, I get burned. But that is your gut.
That's your body responding to something which is not right in your gut.
Exactly. Yeah, because now when you go, this is called photooxidation. With the sunlight, the radiation of your toxins in your skin are going to explode, and it's going to cause something there too. So almost every disease starts in your gut. In Ayurvedic medicine, we talk about gut balance all the time. It is the most important thing. Even disease like cancer, when you're not fixing the gut, you're not helping. So
because you're not putting bandage on the symptoms. We are just treating about the balance in the body. We are regaining that in Ayurveda.
Exactly. Symptoms are not random. They are very powerful communication.
So let's dive deep, sir. You right now shared that gut is directly proportional to moods, hormones, eczema, brain, nervous system, everything it is. Can you elaborate rather, how is this one organ so powerful that it controls whole of our body?
Swati, you'll be very surprised to know that almost 70% of neurotransmitters, means which makes your brain move, are made in your gut. So it's not being made in the brain.
The neurotransmitters.
Neurotransmitters are made in your gut. So those are very important hormones. And like serotonin. Serotonin is made in the gut. And if you have a low serotonin, people go into depression. So that's why we give drugs like a serotonin serotonin reuptake inhibitors, for short called SSRIs. There are a lot of like Paxil, Prozac, those kind of drugs, and very commonly prescribed. So what they do, they actually stop the reabsorption in the gut. So you get a little extra pool of it. But your body is naturally making it. You can take the advantage of it by just allowing your digestion to be normalized and removing the inflammation, removing the culprits from your diet. And you'll surprise that your serotonin is back to normal. And that also loop back into your sleep pattern because you're not making enough melatonin.
Melatonin, yeah.
And then if you're not making melatonin, then you're not going to get sleep, good quality sleep. And your melatonin will be disturbed if you're not going to bed by 10 o'clock. And you're not stopping all your television or your cell phones, your social media chat, because the blue light, even from these tube lights, are very harming the production of melatonin. So in my bedroom, I don't have anything with the screen. I have anything with the red light. Red light does not interfere with the your melatonin production. So now you can see all of a sudden your gut is also responsible for your sleep and also your mood. And mood is the leader of your whole thing. If your moods are happier, your body will be happier.
You're motivated to
do things.
Yeah.
Your gut biome is a very happy community living together in symphony with bacteria, fungus, viruses. And they are all very protective. They are actually all working for our best. They play a direct role how the body metabolizes these hormones. Same goes with estrogen. It's a very sad statistics that almost 12% females will get breast cancer in their lifetime. So that's 1 out of 8. Actually, the number is going up. It's not going down. So there is a specialized estrobolome which metabolizes the estrogen in the gut. And when that mechanism of metabolizing the estrogen is not proper, you have more chances of getting breast cancer. So again, you can see that by normalizing your digestive system, you can even cut the chances of getting breast cancer.
So gut is directly proportional to our healthy body, is what I get from you.
100%.
We need to
100%.
focus on our gut.
Gut is everything. We have a Ayurvedic saying, it's a yatha pinde tatha brahmande. What is true pind in body, yatha, what is true in the body is true in the universe. So we're holding a small universe inside us. And even every cell has a universe of its own. So we have 100 trillion cells, but you can see the 100 trillion universe inside
and
it.
Everything working together in harmony to make a healthy human.
Exactly.
So hormonal imbalance could be a gut problem as well.
What looks like a resistance, it is actually a protection.
So this is the point I really want to ask. I think everybody would want to ask, how do we get to know before everything is out of our hand? How do we test this gut thing? How do we know that if our gut is healthy or not?
So, Swati, the good thing is with the advancement in science, we have tests and we have actually molecular biology tests available. So we can see a lot more what we used to see 20 years ago, 10 years ago. So there are advanced tests which is done for gut biome and which will also test how your body is digesting food, what kind of toxins is making, and how your body is metabolizing it. We can all check it out, what kind of parasite, fungus, viruses you have in your gut, and then we create a program to balance it out.
And anybody and everybody can test it, or doctors need to specifically refer you for these things?
Doctor needs to refer it, and unfortunately these tests are not covered by insurance. You end up paying, it's around $500-600 test too, so it's a little on the pricey side, but it is worth it, especially if you're not finding what's going on wrong with you. So this gut test will check for the inflammation markers in the gut lining. It will test the permeability. It will test if you're leaky. It will test for your parasites, bacteria, good bacteria, bad bacteria, viruses, and how you are absorbing your good fat. Because the fat is what feeds into the good bacteria, because the good fat is the food for your good bacteria, gut bacteria. So all those things, we can find out about this test.
I'm surprised to know, even talk about it. Can we get it really tested?
Yes.
Somebody prescribes it?
Exactly.
I hardly know. I have never tested myself for all these things.
Yeah, so these are not covered by insurance, but it's out of pocket expense. But I did for myself. I want to know what's going on with my gut, And
I mean, this is the whole holistic
basis.
health right in front of
Exactly.
us,
Exactly.
telling us the right markers, what to work and what not to work.
Exactly.
The mission behind our disease-free society.
Exactly. We know earlier,
Yeah.
so we can fix
it.
Fix the problem.
So, Dr. Sodhi, you mentioned about autoimmune, eczema, and other skin diseases, hormonal imbalances also. Are these all really starting in our gut?
100%. So, as we said that when you are not properly digesting your food, you're making intermediate molecules. Intermediate molecules attract viruses, fungus, and bacteria. Now your gut is leaking. Now your body is thinking, that's called molecular mimicry, that the body mimic something and body thinks it's a foreign invader in me, and it attacks it, causes the inflammation, and it gets spinned off because we are not changing our lifestyle. We're not sleeping.
Because we don't even know it, doctor.
Exactly.
We don't know fatigue, stress, everything is a normal day-to-day routine for everybody.
Yeah. So, in our clinic, we have so many patients with the autoimmune disease, reverse psoriasis patients reverse. And they are reversed for 20, 25 years. They didn't get it unless they go into the pen.
Only the gut that
Exactly, gut fixes
we
it.
should just focus on.
Exactly, yeah. Of course, the gut is attached to you.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, we should not be
The
that, but I
whole
think the
whole
starting point is the gut.
Gut. Disease like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, Hashimoto disease, even chronic eczema, all are related to your gut. And we also talk about Parkinson disease. So there is gut is the basis of almost all disease.
And yet, gut is not one of the first places that we look for when we are getting diagnosed with a disease or treating a disease.
You're not fixing the immunity, you're restoring the terrain of your gut. We are trying to look at the site of the symptom, not the source. When you restore the terrain, all these diseases disappear automatically.
Restore the terrain, not suppress the system.
That is the disease-free society approach. We stop fighting the body, we start understanding the body, and we give it what it needs to heal.
So, Dr. Sodhi, what is that one shift that you want our audience to implement in their lifestyle right today after listening to this conversation?
Stop asking what is wrong with you. Start asking what my body is responding to. That single shift from blame to curiosity changes everything. Your fatigue is a load which your body is carrying. Your anxiety is your hypervigilant system trying to protect you. Your gut symptoms are a signal that your gut terrain needs attention. These are not failures, these are messages.
So the healing begins when the body feels understood. Thank you, Dr. Sodhi, and thank you for being here with us. If this changed the way you think about gut, share it with someone that badly needs to listen this. This is Disease Free Society, and we see you in the next episode of it. We'll continue our conversations about the gut in the second part. Stay tuned.